CTV News at 6 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. Hudson Mack is off tonight. I'm Andrew Johnson. We begin with a story that seems to grow with every sighting. The list of people who can say they've seen a cougar on the island has increased substantially in the last day and a half. The large cats are walking by bus stops, popping out of bushes, even lingering near schools. And while it's a major concern for some, not everyone's as worried. CTV's Joe Perkins has a story.
It's as if the dog knows something isn't right. Sporadic barking. At the same location, two Central Saanich officers noticed another animal early this morning.
Young cougar came out of nowhere on a West Saanich road, and they noticed the cougar walk over to the bus stop area there.
It's becoming a familiar sight on the island. Cougars where you wouldn't expect them.
The cougar stopped and turned towards the officers.
It stayed, staring at the officers for 20 seconds before running off into an area adjacent to a Brentwood Bay neighborhood.
You have to just live with it?
I think so. It is more this year than it has any other time, so I expect people will get a bit more nervous.
Just before Central Saanich, police spotted the cougar in Brentwood Bay. Another cougar was seen here at Quadra and Mackenzie, walking northbound down Quadra Street. Less than an hour later, another sighting, this time here at Blenkinsop and Mackenzie, where a cougar was seen heading southbound on Blenkinsop.
We believe that this cat is likely the same cat that was seen at both locations.
Even if it is, there are still other cats making appearances throughout Greater Victoria. 5 sightings in a day and a half, but no reports of attacks.
How many cougar attacks are there? Like, I mean, I haven't really heard about cougar attacks. If there's an attack, I'd be nervous. If there's no attack, I'm not really nervous.
The chief and I were talking about this morning, and he doesn't have a collective memory of 40 years of police service, pretty much, that of anything here.
It's a track record not all wildlife can boast. Just this week, we told you about a deer attacking a dog along Lochside Trail.
Just kind of by her face. It's more or less healed up right now, but
still, videos such as these are popping up more and more, and as harmless as they are raising concern.
We receive calls on a very regular basis from what people think are cougars.
Before officers spotted the large cat this morning, Corporal Bryant says police in Central Saanich had never seen a cougar in person. Today was a first.
Does it surprise you at all?
Not really, because they have been around.
Perhaps more frequently than in the past. The most recent, a cat shot after being cornered under some stairs at the Swartz Bay Ferry Terminal. And while it may have some on alert, Islanders are taking the sightings in stride.
Joe Perkins joins us now live. Joe, what are conservation officers saying, and do they have any tips for someone who's surprised to find themselves next to one of these large cats?
Yeah, conservation officers, Andrew, weren't able to speak to us today, but we've spoken to them before, and they say cougars are a reality here on Vancouver Island, and it's beginning to look that way. Now, tips, what should you do if you see a cougar? Good question. I'm told stay calm, no sudden movements, never turn your back on a cougar, and you're supposed to make yourself as large as possible. If you need more tips, there's a good website on the Ministry of Environment's website. We'll show you that there, but you know, Andrew, it's really one of those things where pretty frightening, but you need to stay as calm as possible.
I guess the cougar can't tell that your heart's pounding as long as you act calm.
No, you just got to play it cool, I guess.
Thanks, Joe.